This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social, and I'm delighted to be joined by former heavyweight world champion James Buster Douglas. James, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and it's great to hear you doing well. We're only a day away now from the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. What are your thoughts on the matchup?
I think it's going to be a great fight. For the first time in a long time, we've got two great heavyweight champions fighting for undisputed title, and it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking to see Deontay Wilder take Tyson Fury out within the 8th round.
Is that how you see it going? Deontay will take him out at some point, or do you how much do you rate Tyson Fury's chances?
Well, Tyson definitely has a chance because he's a great boxer and he's good hand speed, and I think over in the overall aspects of the fight is going to be Deontay's power is going to overcome Tyson. You know, because I can't see Tyson keeping him off. His movement is going to help him early in the fight, but as the fight goes on, I think Deontay is going to wear him down with throwing big shots and making Fury move a lot more than he's normally used to moving, and it's going to pressure him into trying to stand there and eventually having a fight. And I'm thinking about the 8th round is when it's going to be the end of the fight.
How much different are the likes of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder compared to people who you would have fought during your heyday when you was boxing?
Right off it would be the height, the size. These guys are monsters, man. 6'8", 6'9". You know, these are big guys, but they're thinking about it, it's not just big guys, but they're mobile, they're agile, has a lot of speed, and they got power, so it makes them even more of a threat.
Fury's the underdog going into the fight. Obviously, he's had his last 2.5 years off because of his personal issues. Can you relate to him in some sense? Because prior to your fight with Mike Tyson, your mother sadly passed away a few weeks before, so he was going in as an even bigger underdog than what you was. So can you relate to Tyson in that sense?
Oh, most definitely. His motivation, you know, to get back out there. You know, he went through some things. Now he's gone through them. He's come out standing, and now he's ready to get back and become the heavyweight champion again. And this is a great fight for him. You know, he's been putting in a lot of work for this. This is there's a lot of motivation going into this fight. You know, and that's why it's going to be a great fight, because he's going to give it all he's got, and Wilder's going to give it all he's got. And it's going to be I just can't wait to see it once they connect.
Tyson's lost the best part of 10 stone coming back into this fight. Obviously, he's had 2 previous fights where he's dropping weights throughout those as well. Can you also relate to that, because you used to put on a bit of weight then take it off again prior to your fights?
Right. So that's where I see the motivation. You know, and it's going to be a great fight again. You know, Tyson's giving it all he's got, and it's just going to get better, you know, come tomorrow night. You're going to see these two gladiators collide, and we'll see who ends up to be standing at the end of the smoke.
Now, I cannot forgive myself if I wasn't to ask you about your Mike Tyson fight. How often are you still getting asked about it? I know I've just asked you about it, but how often is it brought up in conversations, not just by people interviewing you, but by fans and the public?
Well, quite a bit, you know. It's just I understand how they feel, because it's a great moment in sports history, you know, and it was a great all-time childhood achievement for me. You know, I don't mind talking about it at all, you know, because it was a dream come true.
When you reflect on it, just tell me, how did you beat Mike? What was the secret? What was the recipe to beating Mike Tyson?
Motivation and determination, you know, and the will. Even though all odds were against me, it was just standing up and believing in myself. That's the main thing. And you believe in yourself, kids, coming up. You know, no matter what, you got to make people believe in you. If you don't see the dream that you see, you believe in your dream.
You were the first man to stop Mike, the first man to beat Mike. How long did it take until that sunk in, that you'd beaten someone who was feared across the division?
Well, I knew what I was getting into leading up to the fight, because he had been reigning champion for quite a while. And I had been there and fought about 5 or 6 undercards, you know, so I knew what I was headed for.
How does his power, when you fought him, compare to other opponents that you fought?
Surprisingly, you know, it was his speed that's more so his power. You know, he had power, of course, but it was the speed. You know, he hits you, you don't expect it. You know, his reaction, his reaction time is like tenths of a second, you know. He's on top of you, so.
And then after your fight with Mike Tyson, you decided going to face Evander Holyfield, another great of the boxing legends and era that you was in. What went wrong with the Evander Holyfield fight?
Well, it was just everything leading up to that fight. You know, I had to go to court. You know, we're dealing with Don King, you know, with the long counter. It was just a bunch of BS. You know, I think it got to me leading into that fight. So, unfortunately, I can't turn that around, but it happens.
Was anyone during your heyday who you wish you had the opportunity to fight?
Yeah, I wish I could have fought Evander Holyfield, legitimately.
And Buster, just want to get your thoughts as well on Anthony Joshua, who has 3 other heavyweight titles at this moment in time. Do you think we will see him fight the winner of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury next year to unify the entire division?
Seems like the most notable thing to do is nobody else out there for him to fight. You know, it's time to come together and make this happen. And I think this fight is going to back him into a corner, because here it is, Fury didn't put his belt on the line. You know, put his test in water. So the winner should get a shot at Joshua.
Who wins out of the 3, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and obviously Anthony Joshua? Who's the best in your opinion?
Well, we'll see tomorrow night. Whoever wins tomorrow night, which I'm thinking is going to be Deontay, then it's going to be Deontay and Joshua. So whoever comes out tomorrow night will definitely be the man. So Joshua has nowhere else to go but to fight the winner.
Another question has just popped into my head. Sorry to keep you so long, but when you're up there and you're with obviously Evander, you're with such legends, are you there just reflecting on the past? And obviously with Evander you had the fight to talk about. Is it always something which you bring up with each other and look back on?
Definitely. Never forget that. Never forget that. How it all evolved and, you know, how it all ended, you know, it's just be with me the rest of my life.
Do you think the heavyweight division will ever hit a peak as good as what it was when you guys were all boxing?
I think it will, and this is going to be tomorrow night's going to be the start of it. You know, and then it's going to be the next fight between the 2 champions, making a unification, and then it's just going to flourish from there.
And how much do you miss it?
Oh, I like to watch it. You know, as far as the competition, I always miss that, but you know, I enjoy what I'm doing now.
Well, James, thank you so much for speaking to me. It's been a privilege and it's great to see you.
Thanks, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you.